Right guys, healthy one again. We're going to do a chicken cooked with a sun-dried tomato cream sauce. 324 calories per portion. So per portion is 3 ounces of the chicken, 32 grams of the sauce. So that's what you're working at for this. Obviously if you have more, there's a little bit of scope there if you're working on 500 calories for your evening meal, because this one's only thingy, but literally it is just the chicken, so whatever you put with it will bulk up your calorie count. So we're not going to work the exact quantities because I'm going to post them up after with the method and everything. So with the chicken, we're just going to slice this in half. Do it whichever way you're comfortable. I'm just going to go across this way just simply because I want it to cook quicker. I'm just going to flatten it out a bit. You can go straight through like that if you want. I would imagine these won't be far off 6 ounces. So like half will be your quantity, and then you just top it up. We're going that way. Then you just top it up with whatever, steamed veg or sweet potatoes done in the air fryer or whatever you want. Right, so the chicken's done. So we've got the sun-dried tomato. I'm just going to use a little bit of the oil that was in there. Just a small amount of that, and that's going to fry off this chicken. So they go straight in. I sometimes think if you do it this way, it just looks a bit bigger, like wider on the plate, so you look like you're getting a bit more for your 3 ounce than a little chunk. So we're just going to sear them off. So the sauce is pretty easy. I'll just wash my hands quickly. Right, just dry them off. Yeah, the sauce is pretty simple for this one. There's not that many ingredients needed. Literally, I've just got, I think it's 64 grams of shallots. It's all pretty much the same. So I've just used white onion. So 64 grams of white onion and 64 grams of sun-dried tomatoes. 118 millilitres of white wine and 118 millimetres of, I'm just using the light double cream. So remember, I've worked this out just for the main meal. So whatever you're going to go with it, you need to calculate that into it. So obviously if you do sort of a bit of steamed veg or something, it's not going to be a lot. Stick to sort of your leafy sort of greens, your kales, they'll be perfect. Right, so I'm going to season this up with a little bit of salt. Remember, with the healthier meals, we need to try and inject a little bit of flavour into these, because otherwise they're going to be quite bland. I'd rather go something a little bit higher calorie. We'll start with pepper. I won't bother with the pepper. I'd rather go something with slightly higher calories that tastes good, because otherwise you're just going to be craving it. If you eat something that tastes like nothing, then all you're going to be thinking about is eating maybe, I don't know, chocolate or something like that. You need to be, the main thing is you need to be enjoying what you're eating as well as it being sort of calculated calories. Right, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to leave this chicken in, and in the middle of that I'm going to add the shallots because they need sweating down. So just add them to the pan. It's still on quite a high heat. I'm not too fussed about getting these coloured. So what I'll probably do is when it comes back up to temperature, I'll just add a little bit of water in there, like we've done before, just to get it sort of going a little bit. Right, so this is the fourth one of the healthier meals that we've done. There might not be any use to it, or there might be, yeah, I quite like the idea of that. We had the obviously the chicken skewers last night, they were probably, in my opinion, better than the other ones that I did with the paste. They tasted a lot more like fresher, you know, with the spices. So I've just put about half a cup, quarter of a cup of water in there. But I'm just going to bring that right down so there's next to nothing in the thing, and it's going to help with steaming that chicken as well. So I've got the sun-dried tomatoes and I've just literally just diced them up. 64 grams. It's quite an easy recipe because the shallots are 64 grams, the tomatoes 64 grams, and then the liquid is the same quantity as well. So, don't know where I keep losing tea towels. I'm like this at work. Tea towels and pens are a chef's nightmare. So, just steaming that off a little bit. Need to get it reduced down. This one's quite an easy dish to what we've done. It's literally just the time-consuming part is getting that chicken breast cooked through. You can roast it off, like in advance. I'll post up on, if you post up on the comments after as well, and we can try and work out some garnishes for these if you want, you know, within the sort of calorie range that you're looking at. But if you have got an air fryer, they're probably your best bet for doing stuff. Or just do steamed greens with it or something. You've got a bit of sauce there anyway, so that's going to help with the flavouring of your greens. I always just like, once they're cooked off, just a little bit of salt and pepper and a little bit of squeezed lemon juice on top. It just gives it a little bit of flavour rather than it just being steamed plain veg. It's like I said all the way along, you need to inject some sort of flavours. That's why going along sort of the Indian, Asian and Thai route is your best way for the lower calories, because you're getting those flavours. It's packing the flavours. It doesn't have to be spicy though. The Thai ones are not necessarily spicy, they're more flavoursome and aromatic rather than heavy spice. Even like the korma one that we did though, that wasn't spicy, and you're getting plenty of flavour into there. Right, so as soon as this water's come down, I'll probably put a little bit too much water in. You don't need to put this on the recipe because you'll have a bit more time. I'm just trying to get that cooked a bit quicker, so I'm not sort of here 30 minutes waffling on about nothing. Right, so coming down nicely now. And next we're going to hit it with, what is it, 118 mils of wine. And then reserve the rest for a big glass. So 118 mils of white wine. The rest will go in the fridge for later. So we need to reduce this down again. The finishing touch for this will be literally, we're going to just add the tomato and the parsley at the last minute. Don't add the parsley too early, because obviously you'll lose that green colour on it. You want to keep the green. If you add it too early, it's going to start going brown as we're cooking it down. But yeah, this one's quite a simple sort of dish. I wanted to end on this one. This is one that probably would be suitable for everyone. If you're doing it for the kids, you can leave the wine out. Maybe use like an apple juice or something like that. That's perfect. I just had that wine knocking around, so I thought we'd use it up. That's what it's all about as well, using the stuff up. Like I said, I will post up everything on, it'll be in the topics, and then I'll put this into the announcements as well, so you can follow along with the video, and the recipe will be in the topics as usual. So, back to work next week. So I'm currently on, week off, so I get a week's furlough. So we're back next week. So back to doing some baking and bits and bobs. They're probably the stuff that you see me posting up all the time, like scones and bits and pieces. So the wine's coming down nicely now. We don't want to reduce it too much because we still want to keep a little bit of sauce in there. Reduce it down too much, we're going to have nothing left. So 118 mils of, I'm just using reduced fat. That's about right. I'm just using the 50% less fat elm leaf for that. So yeah, this one's slightly higher of the ones that we've done. I think it's 352 or 353 for 3 ounces, and I can't remember how much, 32 grams of sauce. So it's awful having to work to these calories. It's tested me this week, it really has. As you can see, I've never been a nutritionist, so, but back to it normal tomorrow. Stacey wants bratwurst, so we've got some nice brioche buns and we're just going to load them up, so I might post a picture up tomorrow of that when you're all eating this. Right, so what we're going to do to finish this now, it's not going to be a really thick sauce this. You can, if you want, just keep reducing it right down to a really, really thick sauce. I quite like it a bit thinner, because then it obviously, for the amount that you're getting a little bit more sauce on there. If you want to bulk it out with a little bit more veg and stuff, you'll just have to obviously adjust the calories and things like that. It'd be quite nice, added some peppers and stuff to that, but obviously I'm not 100% sure on a pepper. I think it's about 60 something calories or something, I think, for one pepper. So you just adjust it to that, but with it being so low, if you're going to have like next to nothing with it, like steamed veg or something, just calculate them in and then bulk it up to the 500. If you're sticking to 500 calories, you've got a little bit of leeway there to bulk it up, you know, with a few more bits or have a little bit extra chicken or whatever. It's totally up to you. So next minute, sun-dried tomatoes, they go in. They'll give a nice little punch to it as well. You can chop them as fine as you want. You can even blend them. If you're not too keen on them, blitz them right down and then put them through the sauce. I quite like it, that little sort of pop from them. Give a little bit of seasoning as well. So next is the parsley. That's going straight in. Fresh parsley is important really for this one, because you're going to get that colour. That's what you're looking for. So chicken's cooked through now. We've just left that in the sauce just to cook through. Shut the door now. So, time to serve it. It's another one that's quick, sort of bish bash bosh when you come home. Especially if you cut it like that in half, it's going to take less time than if you're cooking like a thick chicken breast. So, but it's quite a nice fresh sort of thing. So around 3 ounces. It's around 32 grams of the sauce if I had a spoon. Right. I got really organised tonight. So around 32 grams of sauce, which I would imagine you're looking around sort of that. You can weigh that out properly. Right, we'll show you this. And then, like I say, whatever you want to serve with it. But that's a quick, easy tea time, probably for everyone. Add a little bit of spinach to that if you want, calculate that in. But I think that looks quite nice. Like I say, I'll post up the stuff that you need for this, and the method, and also the calorie count and how much it is, because it's like 3 ounces, like I said, with the sauce as well. So that's chicken in a creamy sun-dried tomato sauce. Nice and easy, like I say, put what you want with that. I think your main meal, if you work on about 500 calories, it's pretty good. And then just bulk it up with what you want. So use your air fryers, use your steamers, just do normal veg, whatever. But yeah, I think that looks quite nice to me. So thanks for watching again, guys. I might not be on tomorrow, but I'll definitely be on Monday, back to normal. I posted up a few of the dishes that I'll be doing Monday. So we've got a few exciting ones coming up, like a lazy lasagna, just frying pan lasagna. We've got a fish and chips pie. So some quite cool sort of things coming up, interesting for the whole family. So cheers for watching again, guys. Really appreciate it. Take care.